Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be about blending and layering with Prismacolor Premiere color pencils. This was a video that was requested of me, so I want to share some tips with you guys and some techniques. The set that I have is the 48, and it comes with 2 trays of colors. So these Premiere pencils are supposed to be like softer, I guess. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get situated. So let's go ahead and start with the video. Alright, so first I'm going to be showing you guys how to blend and layer. Or layer by blending. Blend by layering. Sorry. So let's go ahead and start with some blue. So basically, some of the tips that I have for you. We're going to go ahead and start with these 2 circles. I'm going to try to make them look 3D. And the way that I'm going to do that is by using highlights and shadows. So you first want to start with whatever color that you're using. You want to use like a medium, a light, and a dark. So I'm actually going to go ahead and go with these. This will be my light. This will be my medium. And this will be my dark. Alright, so hopefully you guys can see that. Light, light, medium, dark. So you first want to start. Now people have different ways of coloring with pencils. The most people like usually do, sorry guys, I'm getting tongue tied, is by circles, little circles. Hopefully you can see that. Light circles. So that's what we're going to do with this first one. We're just going to go over it with light circles, not pressing down very hard. Now with this technique, you can see the tooth of the paper. And what the tooth is basically the texture of the paper. This paper that I'm using here is a tone tan, and it has like, looks like little wood grain. But hopefully you guys can see that. You can see like the grain, little splotches. That's the tooth of the paper. So when using this technique here, it will kind of show through. But the good thing about this is that you can layer and layer, so you can get a lot of layers. Whereas with burnishing, which I'm going to show you guys next, you won't be able to continue to layer. Once you burnish it, you just can't go over it again. So I'm going with my second one. And so my light source is going to be coming from here. Okay. So it's going to be lighter here. And as it goes over here, it's going to be darker. So I layered my light. I went over the second part with this medium, going softly. Alright, now I'm going with my third, my darkest. And another light layer. Alright. And so that's basically how you do this. You just want to keep going back and forth, blending the colors together. So it's kind of hard to see. Let me see. I'm going to press a little harder here so you guys can really see what I'm talking about. So there's a medium. Now I'm not pressing really, really hard, but I am giving it a little pressure. Here's the dark. Hopefully you guys can see, like, these don't really, they're not really blended here. So in order to make a nice blend, I want to go over it, that line, and blend them together. Alright, so see here, you can see here, here's a harsh line. So I want to go over that with the light color so that I could blend those together. So it's really just a matter of the look that you're looking for. I'm going to go ahead and add a highlight with the white. And guys, a tip with the white, make sure that you clean. Oh, hopefully you guys see that. Clean your pencil, because sometimes, see, if I were to go in there, that pink will get on that blue, and I don't want that. So always have like a scrap paper and just rub it off until it's clean. So the white, I'm going to add it right here as my highlight. And I don't like how bright that is, so I'm going to go ahead and try to blend that out. Going with my lighter color. Here goes my medium. And then here goes my darkest tone. So it's going to be really dark here. And I'm kind of pressing down a little bit harder. But again, not too hard. Because I don't want to show you guys that burnishing look yet. I want to show you the lighter approach to where you can add a bunch of layers. So I can basically just keep going and going and going until I achieve the look that I'm looking, or the finish that I'm looking for. Okay, so that's that one. Now let's go to this one here. Again, we're going to have a light source coming from here. And I'm going to go ahead and start with a light layer. So what burnishing is where you're like pressing it so hard to where you get like a really dark. See, here's light and then there's dark. You see the difference? But you're doing it, the wax buildup. These pencils are made of wax. They mainly consist of wax. So it's, once you do that, it's really hard to layer on top. So you want to gradually build up to that. Because once you burnish it, you really can't go over it. Again, layer again if you wanted to. So I'm pressing this a little bit harder. Alright, I'm going to go ahead with my mid. Alright, so you see, going in with my dark. Now I'm going to blend these out. Going again with the light. So really guys, if you're new to color pencils, it's really just a matter of trial and error. Just keep practicing. Start off lightly so you can continue to try to get the look that you're looking for. Alright, so now I want to intensify this. I want to go ahead and press down more hard. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that dark. And you guys see how much darker this is compared to this. This is the look that I personally like. Well, depending on, you know, what it is that I'm drawing. But I like that intense. And when you do this, it gives you an it intensifies the colors. Alright, so I'm going over that with that medium. And then I'm going with the light. Going over on the medium a little bit. And I want this darker. Now that's too dark, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with the medium. Go over that. I'll go ahead and add a highlight with my white. Pressing down hard. Now, hopefully you can notice that here it's not as white as this one. That's because I basically burnished it. I pressed it down so hard that I can't really get a good layer. And you see how dirty that is? So you want to kind of like wipe that off. You just rub it on a piece of paper and get that off the top. Go on my light, and I'm blending that out. Alright, there's a dark, just a little bit more. Alright, so there's the difference from when you color lightly and you layer, continue to layer. And I can actually keep continuing to layer this and intensifying the color more and more. See that? How I can just keep going over and over, whereas this one I probably really couldn't do too many more layers. So this is a good technique for, well, depending on the look you're looking for, but I like to do this with skin on this kind of paper. See a harsh line there, so I want to go ahead and keep rubbing that. Alright, so there you have those two. Now I want to go ahead and do a demonstration for you here. I just went ahead and sketched out an eye to save some time. Hopefully this video is not too long. So, you don't have to always use 3 light colors to get the look that you're looking for. I'm going to use a variety of different colors and tones in this eye. Sorry guys, I got color pencils everywhere. So, I want to go ahead and add a little bit of red here, and I'm pressing down softly. Then I'm going to use this peach, light peach color. And I'm going to go over that, blending that out. You guys bear with me here, I kind of like jump around. So I'm going to go ahead with a light layer here. Going with a darker brown. Got a really dark brown for the middle. So I don't have to make this all just brown colors in the brown family. I can add yellows, which is what you really want to do when you're coloring things, drawing things. You want to add pops of color. I just personally like to do things like that. So I can add a little bit of orange. Then I'm going to go in with that first color and blend it in a little bit. So let me find a navy color, indigo. I'm gonna use that color instead of black, because black is just really harsh sometimes. Alright, so use this cream color. I'm pressing down softly, blending that pink. And I'm adding some white. And I love using this kind of paper. This is the Tone Tan by Strathmore. For color pencils, it just really intensifies the colors. It shows, the white shows up so well. Alright, so let me grab like a dark purple color. I'm going to use this for some shadows on the crease. So again, I'm going lightly, circular motions. I'm going to go ahead and add some of this in the pupil, the shadows. Go ahead and add a little bit of the blue and indigo color. Let's use this color for the skin a little bit. I'm going to blend that out a little bit. So I'm just going in circular, big circular motions to lay down this base color for the skin. Alright. Pressing down a little harder here. Alright, I'm gonna go on with the browns. I'm pressing down harder with this one. Just here. So I basically want to burnish a lot here on the eye, because typically an eye's very bright, glassy, looks glassy. So you would want to definitely burnish on something like that. So you guys can create textures. So I want to make this look like hair. So I'm going in strokes. I'm gonna add some more purple. So again, it's just a matter of playing with your colors and your tones to get the look that you want. So I can even go in with a little bit of this cream color to really show texture, make it look like hairs. Where's that blue? Intensify this. Alright, now I'm going to use that white, cleaning it off because it got that blue. I don't want any blue on there. Now, you notice here that it's not really vibrant. It's picking up those colors that I put under, which are the blue and the brown. And that's because I pressed hard and I burnished it. Which is fine. I can go over this with a white pen or a paint marker or even paint. So I want to add a little bit of brown here to show the shadow. That's kind of dark, so I'll go a lighter one. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and try to build these tones. I don't want to make this too long. This video demonstration too long. Add a little highlight there. A little shadow there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and add lashes. Go ahead and use some of that navy. So again, I'm using this navy in place of black. So I'm just going to go ahead and intensify a little bit of the eye. Excuse those sirens, guys. I don't know what's going on outside. Add some lashes on the lower line. Alright, so there you have it. I'll try to go over this with my pen. There we go. So you can always achieve those highlights other ways. Alright. So there you go. I want to talk about some tools that you guys can use for blending other than just using the pencils. There's the I think it's called a blending pencil or a colorless pencil, and basically what it does is burnish. You'll have a light, and once you go over it, it makes it darker. It basically does this. I just personally don't see a use for it because I don't really color with color pencils. So for me, it's kind of just not something that I have to have because I can go ahead and achieve that look on my own. Another technique or tool that I've seen people use is something called Gmsol. And I don't have any of that. I want to get some of that. I want to try that out. And basically it's a liquid form, and you kind of brush over it, and it makes this kind of dissolve, I guess you would say. So hopefully I'll get some and I could do a video of that for you guys. And then something that I learned is you can use the Prismacolor colorless blender marker. I don't have one. I have a Copic marker, which I tried and I think that it works okay. Now, one thing that you should know is when you're doing that, you should clean it out afterwards. This is kind of dirty from me using it on my marker illustrations, but I'm going to go ahead and try it with this. So you see how that blends that out nicely? Oh, cool. So that blends it out really nice. We'll just do half the eye maybe. Just half. You definitely want to make sure that you clean this off afterwards, or your marker will be ruined. Which I don't care, this one's already ruined. I hardly use it. I just kind of use it to fix mistakes on my Copic drawings. And you just want to continue to do that until it's clean. But yeah, that worked pretty good. You can kind of tell how it gives a more polished finish, more smooth, where here is more grainy. I want to show you guys some other techniques. I am personally an impatient artist, so I like to use little tricks to speed up the process of some things. So say you were drawing a heart, and I didn't want to take the time to do all this layering and stuff, so I would just go over with marker, lay down a base for marker. And this also works with watercolor, guys. If you guys do a watercolor painting and you want to add some details, you can go over the watercolor and use your color pencil and add a little details. So for this heart, instead of me sitting there and filling this big space up with red, I'm going to go ahead and start adding shadows. So I'm just going softly. trying to blend that out with the red a little bit. Not too much because I already have that red down there. So another thing, there you have it. So that just basically saved me a lot of time with all that layering and layering and layering. One thing you should really be careful about with Prismacolor pencils, you do not want to drop these. If you drop them, the core is like really soft. So once you drop them, they'll break within here. And you'll know that that happens when you continue to sharpen your pencil and then the lead keeps breaking off. So just, you have to be very, very careful with these, that you don't drop these because you could damage them. That's the problem that a lot of people have with these. A lot of complaints that people are saying about these Prismacolor pencils. So yeah, I just want to show you guys a couple of things I've done with these. Alright, so here I did this with acrylic paint and I went over it with the color pencils just to show texture. Here for the skin, I did the light layering because I want to show the graininess. I wanted to show that type of texture on here. Whereas in the lips, I burnished it because I wanted it to have that glossy look. Oh, another thing, guys, when burnishing, you get this like shiny, hopefully the camera's catching that. It's like shiny effect. So just, if you don't want that, you want to be careful not to do that, not to burnish it. Whereas here it does, it shows a little bit, but not so much. So again here, I burnished to here because I wanted it to look bright. This is another picture where you can see the layers. And then here, I just did really light layers. I'm not done with this, so I'll probably will go back and burnish the eyes. Probably just the eyes. But yeah, I just want to show you guys the different effects that you can achieve. So hopefully this video was helpful. Please like, subscribe, and share. And if you have any questions or anything, just comment below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.